Hi everyone, welcome back to
Hi.
Elizabeth Squared. This video is a little bit different.
So today we're going to be making missing part cards. So we gathered our materials beforehand, and we're kind of just going to go over what we have and what we're using to show you while we go through this.
hmm
So what I have is a bunch of little I don't even know. It's paper for right now, but it will get better as we go. But I'm gonna cut, I already started a little bit, but I'm gonna cut in between here so that I write the numbers and then it will flip up like that when I cut it a little bit more. And then I have markers, scissors, Sharpies, pencils, all that fun stuff.
hmm I have pretty much the same stuff. I cut this is just regular printer paper, so you can really use any paper you want, and then they'll just be able to be folded in half to make something smaller. And then I also have markers, scissors, and I have a pen.
Awesome. Yeah. So, I mean, we're doing the numbers 4 through 10, and we're going to be using dots to use as visuals. So, we're going to use like the whole number, and then we're going to use dots, and they're going to be able to figure out, like, based off of what we have shown, what the missing number is, or missing dots, I guess you could say, is what we're going to be doing.
hmm I don't know if you just said this too. We're going to be doing numbers 4 through 10, and I feel
Yes.
like that's a pretty good like range because there's so many
Yeah.
different like parts and stuff you could do for each of those numbers. So we'll
Yes.
totally probably be able to even come up with different ideas for each one as well.
Yes. So I am going to get started with the cutting. Hopefully it works.
Yeah.
Um,
So pretty much what I'm gonna do is I have my paper and I'm gonna fold it like in half, like just like in half. And then I'm going to cut out the top but leave like a section. So let me show you so that you have your card and then there'll just be a little like flap up here. So I think I'm
wow.
going to do that for all of them. Six total cards.
Just
I'm thinking of it right.
yeah, so I also have just the paper. I am gonna fold it just like so, and then I am gonna cut. I don't have the lines yet, but I'm gonna cut right up here, and then that way when I write, I can flip it up. There. I'm kind of in a bad angle.
It's all right. We're just on my floor right now, so.
I don't really have much space, so.
Mhm. Okay. So I've done three, so I'm gonna do three more so that I can do different things for numbers 4 through 10. And you can do like multiple cards for the same number too. Like they
Yeah.
could just be different missing parts.
Yes.
So depending on like how much I like what I have, who knows, we might end up adding more at the end.
Exactly. I think you already mentioned it, but there's so many different like ways you can split like how to equal that whole number, which is really cool. Because like I mean, like when you think of like the number 10, like I think of 5 plus 5 immediately, but there's so many other ways that you can do it too. So I think that's pretty
Yeah.
cool. All
And that's
right.
so good too to like make sure kids understand that too, is that like
Exactly.
10 isn't just 5 plus 5. Like there's so many different
Exactly.
ways, and this is such a good way to have them thinking about it.
Exactly. This is my little setup that I have. I don't have enough room, so I'm doing it on my lap.
Yep.
I mean, I could.
I know my desk is covered in stuff. That's why we're down here today. 3, 4. So I'm gonna do two more just to start, and then if I feel like I want to add more after, we can do that too.
Yes, I have me count on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I have enough. The first thing I thought of when Dr. King told us that we're doing this,
Mhm.
um, was when I was in like elementary school. It kind of reminded me of like flashcards almost. Like, I mean, you
Yeah.
can obviously use flashcards for anything, but like figuring out like when you're studying for something or even when it's just for practice, like that's what I thought of was like flashcards, just in a different way. Like
Hmm.
this is more visual than I feel like some other flashcards.
No, yeah. And it's definitely like I feel like I've said this every single podcast episode, but
Mhm.
when it comes to math, I'm definitely a visual person.
Oh,
So
definitely.
these would have been great for me as like a kid. And they can be used for so many different things too. When you think about it, like they could be used as like you with all your kids at once, or like even the kids
Oh
and
yeah.
partners. Like it's good, or even them making them and trying to think of their own ways. Like,
Thinking that is, yes, that is a good one. I mean, my teacher for pre-prac, I mean, it's not for math, but she does
mhm.
use it for like ELA. She does use cards like this to help them with their phonics. And it's pretty cool because you can do it in each subject. Like it doesn't have to just be math. So I thought that was cool too because she
No,
uses
yeah.
those.
Well, and like what would be cool too is you could have them and then with like the dots on them or whatever, which we're going to show you how to do that in a second. But
Yes.
with the dots, you could also have like actual counters so they can physically do it before finding the missing part and seeing the answer too. So there's like so
That
many
is
ways you
true,
can do it.
yes.
Okay. So now we're going to talk about how you turn your piece of paper into the missing part card. Mhm.
All right. So we're gonna start with the number four. Now, I don't know about you, but I have something in my head and I want to see like if we're gonna have different versions of it because I feel like that would be pretty cool if like we kind of just like did
Mhm.
our each our own thing. But the way that I'm gonna do it, I don't know if it's gonna be the same for you, but I'm gonna start with the number four. So I'm gonna write the number four and I'll show you once I do it. I'm gonna write the number four. So I wrote that. And then I'm going to decide what number I want to be in the middle. I will say the nice thing about this, like using the lines instead of like actual like sign, like a plus sign, a minus sign, like they can, or subtracting sign, they can decide like what, I think it's operation, yeah, what operation they want to use to
Mhm.
determine their answer. So it doesn't necessarily be like, oh, you have to add, like what plus what equals four. But you could also do multiplication, you could do division, like you can do anything when it is like just the line.
Yeah. Wait, that's actually something good to think about. So like I'll just show you what I was kind of starting to do. So I was thinking of addition when I was just doing this, and I'll
Yes.
show you guys. But I did four and then I did three dots. And what I was gonna do under the flap, wait, was just one dot
Okay.
because I was thinking of adding, but I feel like in that case I should add a plus because if wait, no, because four minus three is one. So I'm like, it really gets you thinking, or you can think about it in addition, but like your total has to be four, right?
Yes. Yes. So I'm kind of
It's
doing it
confusing.
backwards. I mean, I did something very similar to you. So I have four. So this is kind of like my total. And
Mm-hmm.
then I did the one. And then when you flip the card up, I did the three dots. Um, and yeah, so it's kind of backwards. So it's kind of like starting with four and then moving on to the dot and then
Mm-hmm.
going from there.
Okay.
That was what I did for mine.
I did that too. So my finished four has a four, has three dots, and then the missing part would be a one because the three and the one is the four. So
And I just
yeah.
basically did the opposite of that. It was the four, the one
And
dot, and then the three.
it's funny that out of all the ways we could have thought about it, that's how we did. Because
I
you
know,
could
and it
also
was
do
like
like two and two, or you could do, I don't know, like
any of
zero
those.
and four, you know?
Exactly.
Okay,
All right.
let's move on to number five.
All right. So I'm gonna do the same setup for my five to start.
Okay. And then I have to think of what I want to do as my like combination.
Ooh, that bled through a little bit. Whoopsies. These markers are powerful.
Okay, cool. I finished my 5.
Yes, so
I
did
did
I.
I did 5, 1, and then the missing part would be 4.
Nice. I did 5, 2, and then the missing part would be 3.
Oh, and I like that we came up with like different ones that time.
I know. All right, now we're gonna move on to number 6. So I'm gonna switch up my colors this time. Oh, kind of. I don't know what I want to do. Um, could do. No. All right.
Okay. Now,
So I did. Oh, let me wait till you're done.
I just forgot to have my question mark.
Oh, it's okay. All right, so I did. So I have 6, and then I have 4, and then on the inside I did 2.
I did the same thing. I did 6 with 4, and then the inside I did 2 as well. So.
Oh,
Okay, now we're gonna move on to 7.
all right. Ooh. Um,
It's also interesting too because I feel like I'm having like a harder time coming up with them for odd numbers than even numbers, if that makes sense. Like
yeah,
5, I was like thinking for a minute, and then 7 too.
yeah. The even numbers I feel like just make more. It's just easier to think of
Mm-hmm.
than the odd numbers. Let's see. What do I want to do for 7? All right.
All right.
Okay. Yes.
So for 7, I did 7, I did 5, and then you flip it, and I did 2. But I have to have my question mark. I forgot about that.
That question mark. So for mine, I did 7 plus 2 equals 5.
Just adding like the same ones.
Oh, not 7 plus 2 equals 5. That was like, I
I
don't know why I
didn't
just said
even
that.
know it.
I don't know why I just said that. 7. Let me try that again. 7, and then I did a 2 and a 5 to equal
Mm.
7.
I was like, yeah, that totally makes sense. I didn't even
Whoopsies.
think about it. Okay. All right, number 8.
Okay, what color did I just do? 8.
So, oh, my question mark. Oh my God.
You keep forgetting the question
Happens
mark.
every time. Okay. I keep putting my like I'm using the red marker as like my question mark, and I keep putting it back in the bucket, so I'm not remembering to add it.
That makes
Okay.
sense. All right. So what I did, so I have the 8 here, I did 4, and then I did 4 under the question mark.
I did 8, 3, and then so the missing part is 5.
Ah, all right.
Right. Number 9.
2 more. What color did I just use? Blanket.
Okay. So for 9, I did 9, 6, and then the missing part was 3.
I did 9, and then 3, and then the missing part is 6.
That's so interesting. And that's like something like that would be so good like with kids making this is they they'd realize they're all thinking of either like different variations, or some of them are
Yes.
thinking of the same, or some of them are thinking
Yes.
of it reversed, like than the other person.
Hmm.
So it's like that would be so good to like
I
get
like
them
how
to
we're doing it.
understand like that concept, if that makes sense.
Exactly. All right. And then what's our last? Number 10.
Number 10, I did 7 and with 3 dots.
Okay, yeah, I like that. So for 10, I did the 10, and then I did the 5 dots, and then the missing part was 5. That's what I
Cool.
did for that.
So that's how you guys can make all your little number cards. Um,
Card.
they're honestly really good as just like something almost like busy work, like if the kids finish something in math, they can work on like doing it with a partner and figuring out the missing
Yeah,
part, or even as a lesson, and you can give them little like chips to kind of actually sort out and figure out what the missing part is.
oh,
And
definitely.
I feel like it's like, I don't know, really building their mental math because of that. So,
Exactly. And I also feel like you could really do this with other like topics in math too. I mean, like not just whole numbers. Like you could,
mhm.
the more advanced they get, the more like different, like you could use bigger numbers, but you don't always have to use dots. Like you could also have it be like instead of 5 and then the dots, it could be like 2 instead. So if you're using bigger numbers, I feel like you could also, this would be good to utilize as well. Just maybe not with the dots, because drawing out 50 dots is probably not not
Probably a
fun.
lot.
That would be too much.
But yeah, there's so many other ways you could kind of do it.
Yeah,
And you could also change it too based on your grade. Like this is obviously probably
exactly.
more
Yeah,
like first grade, where you
definitely.
could do like fractions, decimals, things like that in
Yes.
other grades too to kind of make it match more for them.
Be a
So,
little. Yeah.
so yeah, that was our podcast today. It was a little different, but it was fun.
Oh, yes,
It
it
was fun to
was.
get out the markers and the scissors.
I know. I can't wait to laminate these.
And keep
Make
them.
'em-
They'll be so cute.
I know.
All right, so we will see you guys next week.
Next week.
Bye.